Brought to you by DIS, keeping companies connected with cloud-based solutions. Come on, City.
Mark, good to meet you. Good to chat with you for the first time. Can I start by asking you how the last 24 hours have been for you? What have you made of it all?
I'd say, obviously a little bit crazy for me and Connor. We've had to, obviously, given the news, we just had to get straight into planning and having a look at the opposition and the best way we can help this group of players get a result at Crawley.
What was your reaction to the initial news of Stuart's sacking?
Obviously disappointed. He's a legend at a club. The things that he's done for the club has been fantastic, and it was disappointing news for everybody, the players, the staff, because he's made an impact on everybody. So yeah, it was just a disappointing news for us all, and obviously I've given the opportunity to try and prepare these lads for Crawley.
Were you surprised to get the call?
A little bit, yes. I didn't think it was coming, to be honest. So, when I got the call, it was a surprise. But obviously, I've got a job to do, and that's ultimately, I'm happy to come into this role until another manager's in place.
How's that then been for you, trying to prepare for a game so quickly and do your homework on the opposition?
Yeah, it was difficult. It was a long day yesterday in regards to watching and taking what we need in regards to what's right in terms of preparation, how much we need to watch of different games. Because Crawley looked to play a different shape, so we had to work together, use the staff around me to give ourselves again the best opportunity to prepare these players for tomorrow's game.
Naturally, you'll have kept an eye on how things have been going in the senior side for the majority of this season. What's been your take on how things have been, and now you've had a bit of time to work with them as well?
Yeah, some good footballers. They played some really good stuff, and the gaffer, obviously, Stuart was keen on the style of play, on getting on the ball, because they've got good footballers. So, for my transition from the youth team to the first team, it was quite easy in regards to the style of play that we've been playing. So, yeah, there's some good players in the building. It's just obviously the performances haven't gone the right way, and ultimately that's why Stuart moved on. So it's up to us now just to try and kind of motivate these players and bring some confidence into them to perform tomorrow night.
Yeah, is that being your main priority more than anything, really, just to try and instill some confidence and some positivity in what is quite a difficult situation? Yeah.
Obviously, the players were upset as well of the gaffer leaving. So, it's up to me and Connor and the staff in the building to pick them back up and motivate them and making sure that they're in the right frame of mind to perform, and they're good professionals at this club. So I'm sure they will they'll be prepared and be focused and ready for tomorrow.
How's it been with them this morning? What's it been like? And have you spoken much about the situation?
No, just straight into football analysis on Crawley delivered from us as staff, and then straight on the training pitch, and we're leaving in a couple of hours. So it's just been straight football for me and the players.
From a footballing perspective, will you keep things simple? Will you persist with the formation and the system that Stuart and Kenny have been playing, or will you look to try and change things up?
You can't change too much, but potentially there might be changes. But like you say, it's just more about the mindset of the players that I'm looking at this moment in time.
Numbers wise, Mark, how are you fixed up? Are you able to welcome anyone back? I know that there was some hope that Gareth Evans and maybe Billy Clark would be back in time.
Obviously, Novak's back fit, so he'll be involved in the squad. But apart from that, no, there won't be anybody else returning to the team.
I asked the same question to Lee, who we've just spoken to, but what performance will you ask of the players given the current situation? What do you want to see from them tomorrow night?
obviously what the fans want to see as well. We want to be competitive. We've got to show that desire and to compete and win our individual duels and then earn the right to play. That's what they've done in a lot of games, but we've got to see that more than ever because Crawley's style of play, and we've got to be ready for that. We've got to be ready to compete, and then we can get the ball down, look to play from that. But ultimately, we've got to compete and showing as much kind of desire and commitment to which the fans want to see. And that's ultimately what first thing we'll be looking for in the squad.
Finally, from me, Mark, obviously there's a lot of talk about who the next person will be. The club have said in a statement that they're welcoming applications for the vacant position. Are you putting your name into the hat?
No, I won't be. Ultimately my job is to hopefully try and get a result at Crawley, and then who knows from there. But I'm just focusing on one game at a time.
Thanks for your time, Mark. Good to chat with you.
Thank you.
Obviously, Mark, football teams are a unit, and there's a continuation through all of the different areas of it. But how much did you actually know about the first team, and have you seen them play recently? Yeah,
I've been to the games after the youth team games. So a lot of the players have been here, a season or two. So I know the players, and I've seen as many games as I can. If it didn't clash with the youth team games. So yeah, I know the squad. I know the strengths and the weaknesses and the players. So yeah, it was an easy transition in terms of knowing what I'm going to get from these players.
Have you spoken to Stuart or Kenny since the decisions were made and you were put in charge for tomorrow night?
I haven't at this moment in time. I will do, but it's just been such a quick transition that I had to focus on the game and obviously preparing the players.
How much are you having to rely on the players, particularly the senior ones?
Yeah. Like any squad, I think the senior players are important. So the people like Novak, Rich, O'Donnell, they're going to be important in that changing room. Before the game, half time, and on the pitch to obviously drive them standards and making sure that we're competitive in the game tomorrow.
Cheers, Mark. Good luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
You were saying, Mark, about obviously the mental side of it being so big. I mean, having a different voice on the training ground this morning, even obviously someone they know very well, do you think that might help? It just sort of breaks things up a little bit.
I think for some players, yeah, I think kind of a new voice. But obviously, however the new manager is going to be, they've got to perform. So I think a couple of them could have been refreshed in a way that something different. I don't think I'll be exactly the same as the gaffer. So yeah, I think it was new for a few players, and it looked like today that the players enjoyed the session and took everything on board.
So I think people underplay as you say, the mental side of it, don't they? You can get in a rut where you're losing, and it becomes sort of, you can get into your head, don't it, a little bit?
Yeah, definitely. So it's like I said, it's that mental side and making sure that they are confident going into the game and they know what the roles are both in and out of possession. And so ultimately that's my job, and that's what I'm going to try to achieve before the game, preparing them the best I can do.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's a great opportunity for yourself, but the circumstances always make it very difficult, don't they? And when you look at that league table, it makes pretty nasty reading at the moment, doesn't it?
It does. But like I say, I can only focus on what's next, and that's preparing for Crawley and hopefully performing. That's the key thing, giving a good performance, and then hopefully we get a result. So that we're not going there to obviously sit back. We want to be competitive. We want to try and get a result.
I think as Stuart was saying after the game, and I think we all see that one of the big issues this season is about the fact the team's been conceding goals. Obviously, you're up against the Crawley team who score quite a lot. I mean, that presumably is one of the biggest challenges, trying to keep them quiet while trying to get something, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. The game on Saturday, they've created a lot of chances. So, I think we're going to create chances tomorrow. So it's just important that we've got our structure right, and now we're well concentrated and ready for what Crawley throw at us, and we are prepared for it. So yeah.
And you've got a lot of players there that need to get back in the supporters' good books as well, haven't you? There's a lot of frustration out there at the moment. Yeah,
there is. Like I said from the start, it's about performances, and the players have got to perform, as a team and individually, and show that commitment and desire, and I'm sure they will tomorrow. And
very quickly on the team news, Bryce Hosanna, what was up with him at the weekend?
If you're going for a scan, so we'll obviously find out a little bit more on that. So I'm not. I won't want to say something that's kind of telling you a lie. So I need to find out from the physios in regards to that.
But you're not expecting him to be involved tomorrow night, though?
No.
All right. Cheers, Mark. Best of luck anyway.
Thank you, Han.
Can I just ask, Mark? Obviously, the quick turnaround's a bit of a nightmare for you in terms of doing all the preparation. But do you think for the players, the fact that they haven't really had time to stop and think about it and dwell on it might actually be a good thing?
Yeah, I don't think. Obviously, the big thing is obviously the manager change, but in terms of their preparation, it's exactly the same. They knew that this game was coming up, and yeah, the players' preparations stayed the same. So yeah, I don't think. Obviously, they were disappointed this morning when they heard the news yesterday. So, but like you say, they've got a job to do, and that's to perform tomorrow.
And obviously, Simon talked a lot there about the sort of mental side of it. Given the quality in that squad, man for man, do you think if you can get the right mental side, with all the preparation bits around it, there's no reason why the team can't get back up the table?
Yeah, 100%. There's a lot of quality, like you said. There's a lot of quality in this club. So it's just finding that balance of keep attacking, keep being positive, but also just making sure we cut out any errors and we've got that structure as much as possible behind the ball.
And obviously, it's a while to go now. But how do you think you'll be feeling come kick-off? Do you think you'll be nervous?
I don't show too much nerves. So no, I'll be fine. I don't want to show it. I wouldn't show any nerves anyway to the players, but no, I'm confident in the preparation for with the players. So there'll be no nerves from me.
Brought to you by DIS, keeping companies connected with cloud-based solutions. Come on, City.